Hello, laser people. I am back. I am Caliban. This is the Laser Lunch Hour from Just Enough Trope. Welcome back to the program, and we are here once again to play the Tears of the Kingdom, to cry those kingly tears on the Nintendo Switch. You know, things, they just continue to happen, don't they? And something that I've noticed about this game in particular is quest management. It's important. Here are the side adventures. You see them? These are extra quests. Here are the shrine quests. You see them? They're extra quests. Here are the side quests. You see them? They're extra quests. Side adventures, side quests. Two different things. Here are the main quests. There are 4 main quests going on right now. Not to mention all those other little main quests that have been wrapped up already. And regional phenomena, which is the sort of latest one, is I guess the individual powers that you get in the course of pursuing the other, ostensibly the one main quest, but there's actually 3 other parts of the main quest. Anyway, you get it. It's not, I don't think that it's, nobody goes to Skyrim and says there's too many quests, right? But like, I don't think you need to worry about it, you know? This is a game to play. This is a game for playing in. Or getting your ass bashed in by a gigantic frost dragon. A 3-headed frost dragon, no less. So we're not going to worry about that. The quest that I'm actually doing right now is I'm looking for a horse that Zelda may have scared. That's it. That's what I'm doing. So, anyway. It's just, look, it's a game where anything can happen. It can't be held down to a list of quests. Check yes or no. So anyway, we got to find this this scared horse. But while I'm at it, why not look for another memory? And also, why not help this person who's in a fight? And ultimately stay out of the dragon's way. That is the little Rito boy. He gives you one of the sage powers. And what's interesting, at least what I've seen so far, is that he also is kind of like a companion. He kind of fights with you, which is interesting. I wonder how that will affect the
Hi.
cheesecake. What's the recipe for that? Yes, geoglyphs, yes. Yes. Alright, well, you're bad at your job, because I know where these things are. I wonder how that will affect the balance, because they do fight for you. Like, when they're around, he'll, like, shoot arrows or do something like that, so. You can turn them off. I wonder, can you only have one active at a time? I might have a problem here, because I don't have a bashing weapon. Unless this works. It does! Your arrows are useless against them. Alright, problem solved. So I'm going to try to go up, but I don't know if this is going to help me. I never seem to be able to find, just from looking at it, where the deal is. And that is true of this as well. This is a neat idea. I like the little Nazca lines, or whatever you want to call them. So I wonder if once you get all 4 powers, if you've got 4 people running around attacking with you. I mean, I guess that could be cool. I haven't read ahead. I'm staying on the lesson plan. Wow, there's a lot of line here. It's usually in a spot that makes sense. They keep giving me things to look from a higher perspective. I don't know if it would help. So anyway, I think this is it up here. Right, little pool. Little depression. Nope, the depression is mine because I didn't find it. Let's just surf all over this sacred sculpture. It's not a crime. All right, another chapter in the history. The strange history. Ah. Uh-oh, this looks bad.
Finally.
Ganondorf has come back!
It is mine.
Evil.
I can feel my strength surging.
That can't be good. Oh my god, he's getting hotter! What makes this is hot? I don't really understand. But whatever. To each their own. Oh, he's getting oozier. It's his confidence, really, that makes him attractive. Uh-oh, you got some gloom. Oh, is this the blood moon thing? Oh, 6,000 years. Oh no, Linnell's the worst. The blood-dimmed time is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned.
Sonia! You were too late, Rauru. You took for granted the godlike power you had in your hands. Do you now see the potential you squandered? As for her, she is merely the first victim of your arrogance. You tried to control me, Rauru, and you will die knowing that you failed.
Whoa!
Prince Sonia needs you.
He's baring his goat fangs. Yeah, get a shot of this. Oh, she fast traveled to the nearest shrine. I was thinking of a joke from before. Don't worry about it. Love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what Ganondorf says. All right, that's bad news. That's some bad stuff. Now we know a little more. All right, well, eyes out for a horse. Am I going to that shrine? I don't think so. Oh, the maze is over here too. Okay, we'll do that in a little bit. But I gotta find this horse. Let's find this horse! So I got the chance to see a screening of The Flash last night. And I think I can talk about it. I didn't have to sign anything. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to spoil anything. How am I ever going to see this horse? It's supposed to be up north. I don't know. Let's head this way. And I mean, obviously, if you're a DC fan, you're going to see it anyway. You should see it. But I'll give you my short review. My short review is, I think it's pretty good. If that sounds kind of qualified, it's only because what a long, strange journey it's been, hasn't it? DC films over the last 10 years or so, and the quote-unquote Snyderverse. And I don't think that the movie necessarily... it probably didn't start off this way. And if you've been paying attention at all, you know that the production of the movie has been kind of fraught. And of course, the essential death of the Snyderverse with the exit of Zack Snyder, which is a while ago now, but also the change in leadership at Warner Brothers, and the hiring of James Gunn as the kind of like head creative lead for DC films going forward, means that this film has essentially become the epitaph. Is such a dark, depressing word, but has become the last sentence, let's say, in the Snyderverse story, as far as I can tell. So it's got a couple different duties to do. It's got to do that. It has to be the first ever Flash solo film, and has to continue to tell the story and honestly build out the story of the character that we only know from like one movie, right? And it also has to be entertaining, and let's face it, make a lot of money, and also, I don't know. I don't know. I think their plans for who was supposed to do what, and oh, here's the horse, and who was supposed to take over, and who was supposed to be who, has probably changed a lot. But it's supposed to, provide. It's supposed to reward watchers of not only Snyderverse films but DC films in general. From the past till now, up to date, and I don't think that it should. No movie should have to do all the things that it had to do. But I think it does all of those things pretty well. And in a surprising way, too. This movie, going into it, I don't want to say I had no expectations, but I think I had, complicated expectations. I think that's true of a lot of the audience. But going into it, I thought like, all right, well, let's see if they can do what I think they're going to do. And they ended up doing a bunch of stuff I didn't think that they were going to do. And I think they did everything Oh, this is a very pretty horse. I think they did everything about as good, maybe even slightly better than you'd expect them to do. It's very committed to entertaining you and making sure that you're having fun the whole time. You know, I wouldn't say that it's the best comic book movie I've ever seen. I'm mentally comparing it to like other movies of the Snyderverse era. Like, did you see Aquaman? Did you like Aquaman? Did you feel like Aquaman is like, boy, this has really nothing to do with anything, but I guess it's like this character from the Snyderverse? It's like that. It's just fun. It's just a fun movie. There's a couple things that are like, okay, why you really wanted to do that? That kind of go a little far, a little hard. But despite all those things, I think that it sets out, it accomplishes what it sets out to do, which is entertain you, and if you care, and if it's necessary, based on, like, you know, we're basically just resetting everything, right? James Gunn wants to kind of wipe the slate clean, so God knows if, you know, we'll see any actors or characters from Snyderverse going forward. But if there are no more, I feel like it's a nice little movie that goes, all right, there you go. We've had some ups and had some downs, but here's our nice kind of fun, epic kind of conclusion. Continuing to not spoil anything. If I go in a straight line, I'll get home. It actually raises some questions. Where you might say, are we sure that we're done with the Snyderverse? Because there's some elements to it that are like, and again, I think, you know, think about that, how many directors the movie went through and how long it was in production and all these considerations. I think that there was a lot of pressure on everybody involved. So I'm not sure that it wraps everything up perfectly, but I don't know. If that's important to you, there's my answer as far as that goes. How is it as a Flash movie? Good. He does a lot of cool Flash stuff. I actually think that he, just for me personally, being a Flash fan and having wanted to see a Flash movie all these years, I think he could have done a little more Flash stuff, but it is fairly flashy. And it's not, I won't even talk about things that you probably know, having seen the trailers and stuff. I mean, like, yeah, Batman's in it. And Supergirl's in it. And both of those elements are good, but I almost would have just said, don't worry about that. Just give us, you know, more Flash stuff. But all those parts fit in perfectly well. So do I just, like, do I want to just own this horse, or do I need to, like... I'm going to take this horse. This is my horse now. Oh, it's their horse. Okay, they're not going to let me do it. You were looking for a horse? No, I don't. This is a different horse. Oh, the horse was gold? This is a yellow horse. That dog is sacked out. Oh, this horse? Oh. I feel like every interaction in Hyrule with Link is like, huh? I don't trust Pen. Oh, so I do get to keep the horse. Okay. All right, whatever. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And a saddle.
Ah.
And here's some oats.
Ah. Oh.
I don't know.
Sapao.
So I guess you have to go to every stable in the land. So I don't know. I guess I'll do that eventually. So anyway, back to the Flash movie. It's not. It's what is it like? It's like 2.5 hours. It's pretty typical. It doesn't really feel all that long. Although I will say that it's kind of two different movies in that it's part of it is like part of it's very Flash focused, and those parts really work well, I think. And then part of it is like, all right, but also this is a big DC production brouhaha, and so we do all that stuff. And so both of those parts are good on their own. I don't know how well they go together.
Oh.
Yeah, that's for sure. I guess I'd have to let one go. Do I have a crappy horse? It's probably Nilla. It's probably Nilla. Francis is an all-time great horse, and then I got Hunker 1 and 2. Oh, maybe it's Shep. I think Shep's gonna go. I don't want to lose any of these horses.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
I didn't save my points. I was profligate with my points.
Aye. Oh.
3 more points. All right, so I have to do things. Three points worth of things. If I stay here overnight, will the horse still be here? Can I put one in and take one out? Because if another horse wanders away, then that's just fate.
Oh.
I'll just let one go. I think it's going to be... No, you're free to go. You're free to go. Do they hang around, or do they just disappear? They probably just disappear.
Oh. Oh.
See, now I get the point. All right. Okay. Sure. Just put them away. What else? Ezra Miller.
Oh.
It's fine. It's a little weird seeing them and knowing what we know. But I guess if you ignore that, they have a lot to do in the movie, and they do a good job. And also, like, I know that they've been in movies for a while now, but I don't think they've ever really, like, anchored a movie. And I think that they do that, fine, well. And the movie would not work at all if they couldn't. So I guess that's the very faint praise that I'll give them. I think a standout is Sasha Kal as Supergirl, though, or Superwoman. And I think you're probably going to hear calls for, and I don't know how they'll do this because of aforementioned issues, but for a Supergirl solo film. I know there is one, but I think it'll be a real shame if, I don't think there's any reason that they need to recast. I think that James Gunn should think seriously about bringing her on board for the World of Tomorrow, I think it's called, film that they're going to do. So, yeah, pretty unrevealing talk about the Supergirl film, or Freudian slip, about the Flash film, but I think it's good, and I think that people should see it, and I'm probably going to pay money to see it again myself. What am I supposed to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. I got a million quests. Go to the inn at Kakariko? I haven't... Okay. I can do that. Just check in at Kakariko Village. I think it would be really interesting to... because there's like two sort of takes... Well, I guess there's as many takes as you want, but there's like two takes on Supergirl, which is like she's Superman's cousin, and she's younger, and she's like, I just like to have fun. And then there's the, technically she's older than Superman, and she's more in touch with her Kryptonian heritage, and she's more serious. And that's kind of the tack that they went with for this film. Unfortunately, they didn't really take a lot of time to develop her character in the film. But it would be interesting to have a... So James Gunn is totally going to go happy, fun Superman, opposite of Henry Cavill, and I think that's good. But if you've got happy, fun Superman, then what about, like, a little more serious Supergirl? Or she could be fun, too. But that might be an interesting way to go. Huh. What does a stronger bond with a sage mean? Let's find out. Okay. Ring, ring, do your thing. Oh, okay, so, alright, so you really do have, like, little companions that attack. Alright, but I want to get the hearts, though. What am I praying to, Bib Goddess here? Come on. Boop. Continuing to talk about the Flash film. Something that and this isn't a spoiler, hopefully, but I think we all know that it is essentially trying to adapt the Flashpoint story from the comics, which, as you may know, it's not completely possible just because of the elements that are established in the DC universe on film as compared to the comics. I think that they do a pretty good job, though, of replicating the essential story and really keeping the basic theme and the emotions of it, and the connection between Flash and Batman in the comics, and their and the way that that is reflected in the alternate universe. We don't have the elements to do that in the films, but they, instead of really changing things, they kind of find a different way to make a similar connection, and I think that was really deft. I think that when I think that Marvel has, for the most part, figured this out, and I think DC Warner Brothers films kind of struggle to do this, but when you get somebody who, somebody like a writer, to take the ingredients that are there and not make the exact same thing, but make something similar to it, and find new connections based on the circumstances of the world that you've created, you can find some really neat things. And something that impressed me about Marvel films is, I've been reading comics for a long, long time. Comics have been around for a long, long time. And they're really good writers find connections that we didn't even realize, that were like, oh, if we put this character here instead of there, suddenly there are these connections that we can use that would make sense even if nobody's even done this in the comic before. And a great example of that is like the stuff that happens in Infinity War. I can't think of anything specific. A not great example of that is both Batman and Superman's moms are named Martha. Like, that's not... Okay, that's all you got? That's it? Okay. And I think the Flash movie does a good job with the connection between Flash and Batman. All right. Gave me some sticky elixir. 4 sticky frogs and a horn. So do you run the inn, or are you... What? Alright, whatever. More side quests. that sucked. We got the vast canyon. So I gotta check in on the Mother Goddess statue in the vast canyon, and they show you where it is. It's right up there. I'm gonna go right up there. Oh, I know what this part is. This is a cool part. Let's do this. All right. If there was a Flash movie sequel, what would I like to see? Now, just know that when I talk about... Uh-oh, blood moon's coming. I see a blood moon on the rise. When I talk about what I want to see in a Flash movie sequel, that doesn't mean that it wasn't in the Flash movie I just saw. I am neither confirming nor denying anything. But I would like to see... Oh boy, he's going to be blood mooned and... Oh boy. I would like to see...
When the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon...
I would like to see the Flash family be more of a thing. You know, Batman's doing his Batman thing. Superman has a family, but they just don't, you know, God knows what they're doing with Superman. And I know that they, for this new movie, seem to want to, they need to reestablish Superman. And so it's probably not going to be, it's going to be a solo piece, I'm guessing. And we don't need any more Zod or any Kryptonian stuff. Just forget that. But I'd like to see the Flash family. I would like to see Barry perhaps, you know, have some kids of his own, or through time travel, meet some kids or descendants of his own. I would love to see, you know, Jay Garrick. It's not that I don't think that Flash can't or Ezra Miller can't hold the movie on their own, but that is such an interesting part, a fun part of the Flash mythos that I say get into that. I want to see an evil speedster. And I want to see Barry go toe-to-toe with somebody, you know, with his abilities, and just lots of crazy speed stuff. And I want to see Grodd. Listen, stop playing around. Let's see Grodd. You know, they made a joke about Gorilla's sign language before, but it's like, all right, stop with the tease. You know, you can say that they've already met and he's returning, or he can be a Grodd origin story, but I think Grodd would be awesome. He's one of Flash's greatest villains. He's just so essentially comic book. He's just so weird. Just a giant telepathic ape. You can easily do it with CGI. That's something that I'll say that's not really a spoiler. There is a lot of CGI. How do you say this? There's a lot of CGI faces in the Flash movie. That doesn't tell you anything. And they're all a little. I think they work for what they're supposed to be, but not sure that they are 100% non-uncanny valley. But maybe that's the point. I think some of them are supposed to be uncanny. What the hell? Let's keep talking about the slate of DC films coming up. I hope you like classic songs from the 60s and 70s, because you're gonna get a lot of them in the Superman movie. But I think James Gunn is probably in a good position to write a pretty good Superman movie. He'll have to restrain himself, his more prurient aspects, or maybe not. Who knows? Can we do fart jokes with Superman? We're gonna find out. Why is there just a burrow there by himself? So maybe somebody's in there already. Or not. Something else. You don't have to throw everything out. You don't have to, like, put your, like, stink all over everything. I think ideas that work, you should go with. And for that reason, I don't think there's any reason that Michael B. Jordan shouldn't be Superman. You know, it's a great idea from the previous regime. I say do it. He's hot. He's a box office draw. What a way to put, you know, your own stamp on the new legacy of Superman. There's absolutely no reason that Superman can't be a person of color. Let's just do it already. That's what I say. I think Creature Commandos could be very cool. That is some. I can't remember if Gunn is. I think Gunn's writing it, or, you know, or at least is working on it, and that's right up his alley. That'll be really good. What are the other ones? Crap. Wasn't there gonna be a Swamp Thing one? I don't know if that's true or not. Swamp Thing. Oof. I like Swamp Thing, but I feel like it's. How do you sell Swamp Thing to people? That's their job. Hello. Uh-oh. Okay, Impa's inside. Boop 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 boop. The Supergirl. We were just talking about Supergirl. Let's continue to talk about Supergirl. So apparently they want to do the Tom King, and I'm not entirely sure of this title, but I think it is World of Tomorrow story from Supergirl, which, and I'm not sure about this either, but I believe it is Supergirl ends up on a planet with a red sun, and it's like a medieval planet with like swords and sorcery and stuff like that. So it's kind of like Kara Zor-El is Conan or Red Sonja. She doesn't have any powers, but she's got to sort of like, you know, figure out what she's doing. That could be really interesting because... And I like the Helen Shaver movie, so screw me. I like Supergirl from 1984. I know it's a silly movie. I think that's why it's fun. But it's just Superman. It's like she's got a, you know, brunette love interest and a megalomaniac she's trying to stop. So if you're going to do a Supergirl thing, at least for the first part, why not really differentiate it? Why not do something kind of different? And I think that could be good. And like I said, I hope that Sasha Call is the Girl of Steel, the Maiden of Night. Woman. Also, there's no... I know it's a brand, it's trademarked, but there's no reason that she can't be Superwoman, right? What are we doing? Come on. You know, if you want to do Supergirl, do Supergirl. Like, have her be a teenager, have her be, you know, Linda Danvers, she's in high school or something like that. Fine. Something for the kids. I thought for the short time that he was in it, Ron Livingston was good as Barry's dad. Am I? Don't quote me. I don't want to say anything if there ain't anything, but does what happened with Billy Crudup? Is he not is he a creep? Was it just a scheduling thing, or did we find out something that we didn't like about him? But I thought Ron Livingston did a great job. I also thought that Barry's mom was really great too. Maribel Verdú was Nora Allen, and she was really great. And one of the things that made her so great was that, you know, you have to nail that character. You know, she's the emotional core of the movie, and she's not really it's not really a spoiler, right? It's the whole plot of the thing. She's not really in it all that much, but I thought that she was the perfect casting for that. Yeah, we got him. Thanks, Ghost Bird. Wow, it's the best hire I ever made. I want in these boxes, but I don't have a... Alright, break, 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 break. Right on the edge of a rock, a sharp rock. Yeah! That's how you do it. Come here. I need my apples. No! I want to get my apples on. Wild berries, I'll take it. I can't. We're fine. It's fine. Green Lantern, a True Detective-esque cop show. Okay. All right. People have said for years, I've said for years, but other people have as well, that people love cop shows for some reason. It's procedural. It's got a structure that people respond to. So why the hell is it so tough to just make a Green Arrow movie or TV show that is just a procedural? Bruce Timm tried, but they didn't want it, I guess. And now they're finally going to do it. And I think what's interesting is I think we all see the inherent built-in pitch and also network synergy of saying it's going to be a True Detective-like show. But that also gets around the idea that, like, I don't know. I mean, they are space cops, but do we want to see Hal Jordan doing cop stuff in this day and age? I think the answer is no. But we always want to see somebody catch a murderer or a serial killer or, you know, something like that. And so if it is a quote-unquote True Detective type thing, I don't know if there'll be a Planet Carcosa or if they will lean into the sort of weird spiritual aspects of True Detective, or if they're just saying it's going to be, you know, Hal Jordan and I don't know, another Green Lantern. Because why not say like a buddy cop thing? Maybe it is just brand synergy. But there's a weird cosmic side, I suppose, of Green Lantern that you could exploit. I'm sure it's been pointed out. The Yellow King would be Green Lantern's most deadly enemy because his ring wouldn't work on him. Oh my god, the Yellow King. No. Parallax, you were the Yellow King this whole time? Yeah, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, I guess. Honestly, like I do want to see Jon Stewart. You know, if they just, well, here's my thing. I would really love to see a Green Arrow Green Lantern thing in the style of the, you know, the O'Neill comic book days. And do a buddy cop True Detective thing like that. I think Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, you know, they're different characters, but they're a lot more similar than probably either of them would admit. And that way you wouldn't have to... They haven't announced a Green Arrow project, have they? That way you wouldn't have to just cold launch a Green Arrow thing, although people are very familiar with Arrow, but that from the TV show. But that might actually be an impediment to making a film, doing something people have already seen. So if you just start right away, you got a Green Lantern, you got a Green Arrow, they're doing things. Hi, Impa, what's up?
Oh.
Yeah, crazy. What? You're not worried? Oh, I've just been looking around. I can't find anything. Okay, I guess I'll go get it for you. So anyway, completely weird experience. I mean, good movie, but just a crazy experience because no matter how good it is, it doesn't promise anything to come. Like everything that comes after it could be different. So it's kind of like going to a restaurant that'll closing in 2 weeks, and you know, the chef makes you a great meal, and you're like, that was fantastic. Yeah, good, nice. But I don't know if I can ever have this meal again. When I come back and this place is under new management, you know, will the cooks be the same? You know, will the meals be the same? That's kind of how it feels. But yeah, would eat again. Also, brave of them to, this isn't ruining anything. You don't know what I'm talking about. Brave of them to go so hard into referencing Back to the Future, which is not a Warner Brothers picture. And also they talk about Top Gun, which is not a Warner Brothers picture. Hi. You're dead. I'm gonna sick my bird boy on you. Uh-oh, maybe you're not so dead. Oh my god, you're alive. You're alive. I need a one-handed weapon. I don't know if I have a one-handed weapon. Alright, here we go. Ready? I didn't do the jump right. Okay. Now check this out. You're gonna hate this. Oh my god. You're dead. Listen, you're dead. Nah. Die. Die. And here is my completely spoiler-free tease for the film. You will believe a man can fight a giant spider. That's all I'm saying about that. So I got metal barrels. Metal barrels. Metal barrels, yes. You know, if you want a cop, Hawk Girl's a cop. Hawk Girl and Hawkman, depending on the continuity, they're cops. What if they'd ever do anything with Adam Strange? Well, that could be cool. What else are they not exploiting well enough? I guess they got that Doom Patrol show, which I still haven't watched. The thing is, I'm not going to do my Doom Patrol rant. Never mind. I think the Metal Men could be really fun. I think that we're leaving kids behind. I don't think comics are expressly for kids, but I think that, you know, obviously kids like them and they're good for kids. And I think the Metal Men could be a really fun thing for kids. I think I'm doing this wrong. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Because, and I don't think this is true, I think, unfortunately, I have a really bad feeling that Marvel's Fantastic Four will be completely generic Marvel stuff. That's not right. I mean, you know, it's not even out yet. I can't doom it yet, but I think it's going to be pretty typical. But I would love it if it was aimed down a little bit for kids. I think that would be totally appropriate. But I think the Metal Men could be something really fun for kids too. Come on. That's just a square. All right, we gotta get creative here. There's only so many things it could be. Where are we at here? I think I have a learning disability that keeps me from being able to do this. I don't know what that would be. Stop. Stop. Come here. No, no, stop. All right. Turn all the way around. This is what I want. That's what I want. I tried that already, though, didn't I? Oh, wait. I think I know. I don't think I know. Do I know? No, that just leaves a block open. No, that is it. Take that, learning disability. Let me in! I don't know what to tell you. I think a hot girl movie would have to be a cop movie. I mean, she could do fun alien stuff. What if it was more, she's part of like a galactic Justice League? You know, help us, we need help. Mongols attacking us. And then she can show up with some other cosmic heroes. Question movie. Yes. But don't you think it's weird? And I don't know what's behind this. Hasn't been a lot of question, has there? Obviously, he was a big part of the Justice League movie or cartoon. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, DC owns him, right? Would you settle for a Renee Montoya question rather than a Victor Zsasz question? But yeah, it could be cool. A noirish detective type thing. Because, yeah. And also because it's also like a Darkman type thing. Maybe that's why. Because he can, you know, like have other people's faces. He barely ever does that in the cartoon or the other incarnations we've seen. Yeah, you know, there's a lot to mine from the question, and I think there's a lot that you could do with it. And he doesn't have to be just, you know, Batman without a cape necessarily. If they ever want to do a rated R question, that could be a good way to go. So edgy. Take that, rock. All right, what is this? What are we here for? What's going on? We got a Lotus. Lotus confirmed. You get the right... Okay, not this. Not this. But, like, if Benedict Cumberbatch wanted to be the question, we would have a question movie. You know, he'd be like, oh, I take the A as A and, whatever, whatever question says. We would have that already. That would exist. And then, sure, you just add in a couple other street-level heroes. Just make it an all-Ditko. Bring the Creeper in. Make it an all-Ditko film. The problem is that Matt Reeves' Batman aside, I don't think anybody wants to make a street-level film. A film that wouldn't have a sky laser, that wouldn't have a senses-shattering climax with a CGI F-Fest. And I don't think that the question... I mean, you could put a laser into a question movie. I don't know why you would. It would be quieter and cheaper. And even though that just seems to make so much sense for these companies that are like, we're just spending so much money on these movies, I don't think that they think that that's... Endgame kind of ruined it for everybody, because now everything has to be a giant hand is coming out of the earth. Although I liked Eternals. I think, except for Matt Reeves' Batman, the quieter superhero film doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, Shang-Chi could have just been Shang-Chi beating guys up on a dock. And instead it's like, oh, there's a dragon and there's armies and we're fighting in a magical Chinese city. Oh, this is like a map. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So how does this help me? Okay, so does this help at all, or this is just a fun thing? I think it's just a fun thing. I'm glad we found a fun thing. Well, that's the fun thing that I found. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the Laser Lunch Hour. One more thing. I like street-level superhero movies too. I do too. To Daredevil and The Punisher just seem like TV shows to Marvel still. So maybe they'll make it to the films someday. I know Charlie Cox hopes they do. And John Bernthal. We're here every weekday at 12 p.m. Central for the Laser Lunch Hour, and we'll continue to be throughout the week. So join us then. Hit the heart and hit the bell icon if you haven't yet. Subscribe so you find out when we are live and broadcasting. That's it for today. This week, I'm going to say tentatively tomorrow, but I'm not sure about that. But let's just say at this point, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., or not, what day is this? This is Tuesday, right? Yeah. Wednesday night at 7 p.m., we will be doing a live episode of the Shore Leave, which is our Sailor Noob show where we talk about, not Sailor Moon, but we talk about anime, Japanese topics, and just whatever we feel like. So join us at 7 p.m. tomorrow night for that. Until then, we're signing off. I hope you have a great week, and keep the geek fires burning.